Aquarius, how are you? Welcome to the channel and to your reading, Aquarius. We are going to connect with your available energies for these next few hours, next few days. I'm going to open your reading with the message from the angels, who also come accompanied by a number, a master number, a guide number. The angel who accompanies you is the angel of acceptance. The number is the number of perfection, and it is the number 10. It is telling us that this moment, the real moment, the present moment, is the perfect one, that everything is fine and is in divine order. Divine perfection is what now offers you the possibility of embracing your existence, whether you are going through a situation where you are not finding light, or if you are living a situation of great light. It is a moment for you not to judge or demand, because you must accept that just as this situation is unfolding in your life, it is perfect. That is why the number 10 tells you, and the angel of perfection, all the angels of perfection and acceptance, forgive me, tell us that everything is perfect just as it is, exactly as it is, everything is perfect, and things are as they are. You have to let it flow. You do not have to rush destiny. You have to embrace your today and your present, because it is the only instant you have. Because everything in this moment and in this instant is perfect. It was not before, nor will it be after. It is neither more nor less, neither too much nor too little of what you are intending, because everything is perfect just as it is unfolding. Accept yourself just as you are and just as you are doing, and you have to trust and believe that everything is as it should be today, and thus it is perfect. Impressive, because here not only are all the angels of perfection and acceptance, but the very energy of the Master God is here, the energy or the universe, whatever you want to call it, the superior energy in which you lean and you believe, because it is that same light that is illuminating this perfect moment for you. So let us see what the angels tell us. There, the Fool card jumped out, which corresponds to you. And it is a very clear message for you to trust in yourself, for you to trust that it is the moment to launch yourself into that project, into that plan, into that dream, and that all those activities that you are doing now, you do them with the best energy, and that as much as possible, you enjoy this present moment. You have 3 major Arcana cards, so the message and energy are quite strong. Just imagine having the World card and the Strength card appearing in your reading. If you, at this moment, are needing strength, it is a strength that is applied from what is compassion and from what could also be grace through kindness. A kindness that has to start from a personal place, first of all, so as not to be so demanding with yourself or to look for perfection or always be finding that possibility to fix something for other people. And at some point, that strength that you are needing for this situation to find a way to reach an agreement, a solution, weakens you because you do not see it. You cannot find it. There is no light at this moment for that situation. Strength is born, and strength is a very powerful card at this moment because it puts you back in a situation where you are automatically recovering confidence in yourself, and you are also putting all your intention into being able to free yourself from any feeling that does not align with what could be the love that you owe to the situation. And I speak in its general aspect, not only with a person. In some of the cases, the Strength card is speaking to us about what could be a situation that leads you to reconcile or to consider specifically what forgiveness is, right? Obviously, this is for you to apply to that area or in that way, so you can naturally receive the message from the place where you need it most, don't you think? Strength is a card that asks you to act from self-mastery and not from impulse, to be as serene as possible, to understand that everything is perfect now, and to maintain perseverance and integrity with respect to something that you will ultimately end up leading or achieving. Therefore, if you are facing an adverse situation, you are asked for this. To understand that you are capable of going through this situation, to set aside fears. Set aside your most basic instincts, impulses, and needs. Understand that you are going to achieve a greater sense of satisfaction, and it is something that will last you for a very long time. Because if we go to what the clash is, we will have that achievement too, because the world is there, but it will be an achievement, perhaps not as complete, or it will be an achievement for a short time. So we want something that is installed in your life, that becomes reality, and that also understand from your part that everything is just perfect. And it demands consistency from you, and it demands coherence and also patience. So it is a moment for you to remain firm, even though you feel that there is a situation of difficulty. Because if at this moment we are facing what is an opposition, a difficulty, life surprises you if you remain firm and consistent in the face of it, even if for you it is an opposition, right? In the face of what is a great result, because ultimately you achieve it. Many of you will be living a great process of self-knowledge and of self-acceptance. That is why it speaks to us of forgiveness. It is your capacity to demonstrate to yourself that you can lead yourself. Imagine that you have the world here, and the world is a card of achievement, greater achievement. So, what do I have to tell you with this? That you find that solution at last. That problem has a solution. And that is why the perfect moment is like this. Because the world card tells us without a doubt to conclude this matter. It is what allows you to place yourself in a position of success and enables you to feel whole once again, finally moving forward toward the place where you truly belong. You can reintegrate yourself into whatever you need to move forward with, and also have reasons to feel happy about what you have achieved. I believe that, thank God, in just a few days, you will see, notice, and experience in your own reality, in your own concrete world, that everything is going to work out and everything is going to function exactly as you wanted. Everything is working as you wanted, that you are obviously living in that success that is not ephemeral, quite the contrary. It is a resounding success, and it is going to stay. And it is going to open doors to what is a great stage of life, a stage full of fullness and possibilities, and also of achievements that you yourself are going to conquer and are going to manifest in concrete. This can be a consolidation of something very important for you that had been costing you for a long time. And it is a major stage or an era that is going to be very different, because you will really feel that your world feels different. Your life looks, feels, and is lived differently now. And above all, it is much better than what you can obviously understand that you are living through at this moment. So that fact, that conquest, that having maintained what is that calm and knowing how to handle or master all this, is what refers to something that can be celebrated, because it is a great effort. And so you have been capable of remaining faithful to the commitment to that situation, and that is why you will be recognized or accompanied. Or this could also be a moment for Aquarius to realize that this present instant is a perfect one, because the world truly gives meaning to the word perfection. Just like that. So it really is telling you that there are no longer any divisions or obstacles to be found. Everything is now aligning in the exact same direction that you are focusing your intentions on at this very moment. It is all falling into place. And so much that it is costing you. Because whether you and another person have a specific situation of any kind, you will be finding points in common, same criteria, and you will be completely aligning yourselves on both parts, you and that person, to what could be perfection. The result of all this leads you to the Fool, which is good. How lucky that I believed in myself, how lucky that I really had the clarity so as not to give up and so as to use my energy, my focus, and everything I had to commit to this in order to arrive at this point makes me feel like my entire world is transforming, almost as if it were happening by way of pure magic. It is truly incredible to see how everything has finally fallen into place. That is exactly why everything is falling perfectly into place. Now, let us take a look at what the cards have to reveal to us today, Aquarius. Oh, how truly impressive. Well, right here in front of me, I have drawn the Ten of Wands alongside the Five of Swords. Let us see what this means for you. The thing is that I do not know if they are situations or people themselves who are at this moment in some way taking you out of that situation. And that is why you are not feeling like everything is really so good or so perfect, right? First of all, you have a Ten of Wands. There are many personal and environmental demands that you are taking and assuming that perhaps no longer correspond to you, because the Ten of Wands is that it is a wake-up call to start taking care of what one really needs to take care of, because you are closer and closer to that achievement or to conquering that world, to completing that situation. So the Ten of Wands appears to tell us, well, I just align myself with determination and strength because I have the capacity to put certain things in order so that my life tunes in with this perfection or tunes in with this achievement. These are the very final stretches that you still have left to travel in order to reach a goal that all of you have been working toward for such a long time now. I can see that this entire process is actually costing you a great deal of effort, and it is proving to be a truly heavy and challenging burden for each and every one of you to carry right now. That is why it is the last thing you are asked for. And this specific moment is the moment in which you need your strength and your determination more than ever, since you can feel quite overwhelmed, exhausted, stressed. And it might be that this whole situation surprises you, as you see that you are capable of so much more than you ever could have imagined. If you are capable of starting to take care of your own interests, of realizing that you are obviously finding yourself overwhelmed by an endless amount of tasks and duties, and that all of this is causing you stress, then you need to acknowledge it. This is the first step toward reclaiming your balance and moving forward with clarity and focus. And almost without realizing it, you have adopted or assumed numerous responsibilities that have overwhelmed you, and you are carrying them. So, okay, you have to have the strength or the will to get out of that situation of pressure. And this reading is inviting you to think about whether you really need to carry all of this by yourself or on your own shoulders. Perhaps on some occasions you have only understood that you should do it all yourselves because you do not trust anyone else, or because you do not believe that other people can do things just as well as you can. It is a way of thinking that ultimately ends up hurting you in the end. Or perhaps it is simply because you don't give yourself that option. Well, sometimes that way of thinking is a bit drastic, and in the end, it only ends up harming us. So it is also a moment to see how I am using strength, how I am setting limits, if I am capable of seeking cooperation, in what way I can ask for it, how I can create relationships around me that are certainly favorable so that they help me with something I need help with. You are certainly going to assume responsibilities that correspond to you, and this indicates that obviously they're going to accompany you toward that achievement. One must understand that that moment of resolution and relief will certainly arrive so that you begin to rethink many things that will lead you to the world. So you have to update the action plan and decide to delegate as much as you can. What is happening here? There's a Five of Swords, and it may be that there is someone close to you whom you do not trust. That is why you are finding it so hard to ask for help or to delegate a task or a project. You must learn to release that burden. Now they are giving you an opportunity to rethink many things and to do things in a way more coherent with who you are, because you want to reach success and you are going to have it. But it is also a time to let go of these things. Toxic relationships, limiting beliefs, desires that are not your own, destructive habits, or anything else you have been holding onto that has been stripping away the power in your own life. Now is the perfect moment to release what no longer serves you. You, like that, obviously, with the situation that is being cleared, you will be advancing to a new goal with greater lightness, and you are enjoying the path, and you are keeping your sense of identity or your sense of strength intact, understanding that this moment is yes or yes perfect. The Five of Swords is a card that speaks to us a little about what it could be to be alert, also alert precisely that it is the appropriate moment for you to change direction. And that in many cases could be that Aquarius who thinks that they have no escape, that this which they are doing, they must continue doing because they have no other option, or that this which they decided to do, obviously because of a choice that at the time they understood was important for Aquarius, it no longer is. And besides, you had difficulties and obstacles on the way and people who were not obviously very, very condescending with you. So the Five of Swords says, okay, here there is a situation that is generating hostility and conflict for you. To not feel defeated, maybe you have been doing this for a long time. So you are facing a situation where you feel like the person you perhaps have beside you is not a person who can support you, but rather is an enemy. And one must also see how you can have the capacity to put an end to this situation and above all to negotiate, because perhaps this person works with you or perhaps this person is very close to you and in some way you have to negotiate. Well, I don't think you should feel defeated, because sometimes the Five of Swords suggests that a person might feel beaten down simply because they feel attacked by others in some way. It's important to remember that this doesn't have to be your final reality or your only perspective. Obviously, you have been carrying many things that are not yours, so you will be taking into account, well, keeping what is yours, what corresponds to you. And there you could have a claim from this person. What I feel is that there is an atmosphere that is being generated around you, which is why that which the angel emphasizes. This moment is perfect for you because it is a transition. This is a moment where you are leaving an environment charged with hostility or relationships that do not inspire mutual trust and are clearly leading you toward a place that is delaying your success. It is the perfect time to move forward and embrace this transition. So you are putting in order many things that have to do with that to inevitably end up in a situation of success. Here you have a Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is a card that tells Aquarius that they achieve it. Six of Wands is a card of recognition. Some person will tell you, I never thought you were going to be able to stop doing this. I never thought you could come to have that recognition or the admiration of whoever might come to admire you for the task you are doing, because we never thought you were going to stop doing this. That Ten of Wands. So what happens? Imagine if this will be perfect. that the Six of Wands card is telling us that you are beginning to feel much better. Begin to feel more valuable, more sure of yourself. And you realize that what you have done is recognized as meritorious. And it has a character that puts you in a position of leadership, especially because you are being recognized for your efforts and merit. I do not know if it has to do with a personal matter, with a family matter, with a situation at work, but be that as it may, there is something to celebrate. In this situation that the world is bringing you, you will be vibrating with a wonderful feeling of being appreciated, validated, and important because of the effort and the commitment that you have invested in this. It is impressive. Now, also this. Everything is perfect, and in your world, things could also change a lot with respect to what could be a person of interest. Because imagine that here, what is a commitment is being sealed? What happens? You are bringing to the table relationships that are in some way nourishing you with a light-filled energy, right? Because we have there what is perfection. This is all about the ideal, and it is truly significant. And surely in this aspect, it indicates that you will be corresponded by someone who matters to you, or you are about to live a love, a relationship that makes sense to your world, that makes you feel everything that you are worth as a person. And there you do not need to please that person by wanting to do something that does not correspond to you, for example. And at the same time, if you are in a relationship, not only will that person recognize you, but they will strengthen you a lot. And what is also a place of personal recognition for what you were doing or for what you did or how you turned a situation around, for example, at work. I mean, it is impressive how everything aligns so that you go to a new stage of life, which is the Fool, a new stage of life that is understood as something that obviously connects us with success, but also above all, it tells us that Aquarius is going in search of their dreams, is being very original and very spontaneous as they like. And besides, they let themselves be surprised by the changes that they are having at this moment because they understand that this is the perfect moment, the here and now, to launch into that impulse where you are not going to run any kind of risk, where you are totally protected, and where also an unexpected situation arises that takes you out of the routine, out of the conventional. It is a unique opportunity, very promising, for you to get motivated, something that is going to resonate a lot with your essence. And if you know how to work on the situation, surely the authenticity and the spontaneity that characterize you are going to be your guide. Besides, your feelings also accompany all of this. And you are going to trust that you are in the right place and at the right moment, which is this here, this now, and that they are preparing you to live one of the best stages of your life. Let us see what the angels tell us. Well, the angel of the fifth chakra is talking to us precisely about your truth and how you are expressing yourself honestly with all this. One must connect with the power of the word. Feel your being from your voice, speak and express, communicate, always with love and respect. Do not fear expressing what you think or feel. Release the anguish in the form of tears or write a letter. You cannot keep anything to yourself at this moment that does harm to you when kept inside. With whoever you have to talk, it is a good moment to, when you feel it, express what you are feeling, especially with the situation of the Ten of Wands. It is very particular in this case to release what would be obstructed energy of the throat chakra or the fifth chakra. Let us connect with this wonderful energy, Aquarius. All the blessings to you today and always.